HQN Books and Harper Audio present The Friendship List by Susan Mallery, performed by Tanya Eby. A note before we begin. For recipes for baked zucchini and Ellen's chicken parm, don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider, or go directly to www.harpercollins.com/audio/friendship list. 1. I should have married money, Ellen Fox said glumly. That would have solved all my problems. Unity Leandre, her best friend, practically since birth, raised her eyebrows. Because that was an option so many times and you kept saying no? It could have been, maybe, if I'd ever, met a rich guy I liked and wanted to marry. Wouldn't having him want to marry you be an equally important part of the equation? Ellen groaned. This is not a good time for logic. This is a good time for sympathy. Or giving me a winning lottery ticket. We've been friends for years, and you've never once given me a winning lottery ticket. Unity picked up her coffee and smiled. True, but I did give you my pony rides when we celebrated our 8th birthdays. A point she would have to concede, Ellen thought. With their birthdays so close together, they'd often had shared parties. The summer they'd turned 8, Unity's mom had arranged for pony rides at a nearby farm. Unity had enjoyed herself, but Ellen had fallen in love with scruffy Mr. Peepers, the crabby old pony who carried them around the paddock. At Ellen's declaration of affection for the pony, Unity had handed over the rest of her ride tickets, content to watch Ellen on Mr. Peeper's wide back. You were wonderful about the pony rides, Ellen said earnestly, and I love that you were so generous. But right now, I really need a small fortune. Nothing overwhelming, just a tasteful $1 million or so. In return, I'll give back the rides on Mr. Peepers. Unity reached across the kitchen table and touched Ellen's arm. He really wants to go to UCLA? Ellen nodded, afraid if she spoke she would whimper. After sucking in a breath, she managed to say, He does. Even with a partial scholarship, the price is going to kill me. She braced herself for the ugly reality. Out-of-state costs, including room and board, are about $64,000. Ellen felt her heart skip a beat, and not out of excitement. A year! A year! I don't even bring home that much after taxes. Who has that kind of money? It might as well be $1 million. Unity nodded. Okay, now marrying money makes sense. I don't have a lot of options. Ellen pressed her hand to her chest and told herself she wasn't having a heart attack. You know I'd do anything for Coop, and I'll figure this out. But those numbers are terrifying. I have to start buying lottery scratchers and get a second job. She looked at Unity. How much do you think they make at Starbucks? I could work nights. Unity, 5 inches taller, with long, straight blonde hair, grabbed her hands. Last month it was University of Oklahoma, and the month before that he wanted to go to Notre Dame. Cooper has changed his mind a dozen times. Wait until you go look at colleges this summer, and he figures out what he really wants. Then see who offers the best financial aid before you panic. Her mouth curved up in a smile. No offense, Ellen, but I've tasted your coffee. You shouldn't be working anywhere near a Starbucks. Very funny. Ellen squeezed her hands. You're right. He's barely 17. He won't be a senior until September. I have time, and I'm saving money every month. It was how she'd been raised, she thought. To be practical, to take responsibility. If only her parents had thought to mention marrying for money. After our road trip, he may decide he wants to go to the University of Washington after all, and that would solve all my problems. Not just the money ones, but the loneliness ones, she thought wistfully, because after 18 years of them being a team, her nearly grown-up baby boy was going to leave her. Stop, Unity said. You're getting sad. I can see it. I hate that you know me so well. No, you don't. Ellen sighed. No, I don't. But you're annoying. You're more annoying. They smiled at each other. Unity stood, all 5'10" of her, and stretched. I have to get going. You have young minds to mold, and I have a backed-up kitchen sink to deal with, followed by a gate repair and something with a vacuum. The message wasn't clear.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?